After a lull over the COVID-19 epidemic, the border between Tay Ninh and Cambodia reopened. Many subjects surreptitiously went to the border area to hide, waiting for the opportunity to commit crimes, including drug-related crimes. Hotter than ever with increasingly complex crimes, the subjects always have guns ready to escort goods and are very active, ready to fight when being chased by the authorities, because they know that if they are caught, they will facing the highest sentence for implementing Professional Plan number 3633 dated August 24, 2021 of the Drug Crime Investigation Police Department of the Ministry of Public Security on prevention and fight against drug crimes on the southwest routes. The Tay Ninh Provincial Police Department has issued the Plan number 96 on September 6, 2021 and Plan number 139 on December 17, 2021 to fight and eliminate the illegal trade in and transport of narcotics from Cambodia to Vietnam via Tay Ninh province. Following the plan directed by the Ministry of Public Security, we discovered the object Vo Chi Ton. This is an object residing in Long An province. But to camouflage concealed his actions, the subject moved to live in Ho Chi Minh City. The process to check and detect the subject took a very long time. The subject was active. Is closed. The tricks are extremely sophisticated and calculated in the establishment of lines. Reconnaissance documents identify Vo Chi Ton as a stalwart subject with a history of disturbing public order. In addition, he often travels to Cambodia and has complicated relationships with many people involved in drug-related crimes, according to which Chi Ton was born in 1993 and lives in Tan Quy Ward, Tan Phu District, Ho Chi Minh City. Many economic misunderstandings were brought into focus. This was identified as the leader of a large-scale drug ring. Many reconnaissance measures discovered that Ton was directly connected with people. Foreigners living and residing in Cambodia to find a drug supply and move back with the Golden Triangle. After agreeing on the price, they will use many forms to transport drugs from Cambodia to the Vietnamese border gates. Going south to Tay Ninh or Long An province, he will then hire a receiver to bring him back to Ho Chi Minh City. Hiding in many different places to distract the investigation agency, Ton is not at the place of temporary residence registration. Go to Dai Phucan apartment building, Chung Mai Tay Ward, District 12, Ho Chi Minh City to rent a room to operate the entire line. Ton's subject is that before he wants to meet the juniors to receive drugs, he must let the juniors out at the intersection to warn before delivering drugs to see if there are strangers nearby. The subject was very vigilant. Before the subject wanted to go to Cambodia to get goods back to Vietnam for consumption, the subject rode an automobile. If it's a car or a motorbike, its subjects run around in the city streets, crossroads, dead-end alleys, and alleys to see if there is a scout to follow or not. If it is safe, the subject will go to the Cambodian border, Vietnam-Cambodia, to receive drugs to Vietnam for consumption. After many times, Cambodia negotiated a detailed plan for each shipment. Ton returned to Vietnam to approach the hook to entice many other subjects to join the road. After many months of monitoring, scouts had built up a map of a criminal organization led by Ton, and recruited Nguyen Ton Son, born in 1982, to live in Chung Mai Tay Ward, District 12. Ho Chi Minh City. Ho The Hung was born in 1981, lives in Long Thuan Commune, Ben Ca District, Tay Ninh Province. Nguyen T Thursday Hang was born in 1986, lives in Long John Commune, Ben Ca District, Tay Ninh Province. Dang Ton Sang was born in 1985. In Long Thuan Commune, Ben Ca District, Tay Ninh Province. Nguyen Van Joy was born in 1996, lived in Long Phuc Commune, Ben Ca District, Tay Ninh Province. Thursday Thao was born in 1997 and lives in Chung Mai Tay Ward, District 12, Ho Chi Minh City. when there were enough keycards in Tan's hand to connect with foreigners in Cambodia to operate a sophisticated drug trafficking line in large numbers through the border areas of Tay Ninh and Long An to return home. Consumption by Ho Chi Minh City. To fight this object, the police of Tay Ninh province also established special projects under the number plate 0622B, then after establishing, we held a meeting of members. In the project committee, there is a centralized and unified direction with the branches, determining this is the object of transnational drug trafficking, so it is necessary to have the coordination of many departments to achieve the common work of changing departments. There must be a unified direction as well as ensuring the secret elements in this struggle. Performing separate tasks to collect documents, criminal evidence of the subjects in the illegal drug trafficking ring led by Tan, in which a team was assigned the task of monitoring every movement of each road, the places where the subject Vio Chi Tan frequented and activities of meeting and contacting the suspects. After leading with the management to set up a special case, this subject was grasped. When this leader goes out on the street, he often carries hot goods to defend himself. When the police force surrounds and often changes the rules of operation to bypass the police to monitor, secondly proceed to monitoring the gangs that supply drugs to Tan in Cambodia and understanding the transport methods of the subjects in the lines of the active subjects are often changing the methods, tricks of the operation, the way of communication. Tan and the subjects from Cambodia through social networks, so it is difficult to track this subject, you have to stay up at night in the border areas. The border gate is very empty. Had to hide in the forest in the mountains and along the riverbank to misunderstand the activities of the subjects. The third team was responsible for sending people to monitor the activities of the subjects who are close juniors directly involved in the distribution. Drugs for Tan in Ho Chi Minh City, the subject is often changing his residence. The operation law changes the way to contact his accomplices who join the ring, with the spirit of fierce struggle, not afraid of difficulties and hardships. The reconnaissance teams day and night followed every step of the Cambodian subjects and then changed their location in Long An province, the area bordering Tay Ninh, and then moved to the area. The border area between Tay Ninh province and Ho Chi Minh City, because on the borderline of Tay Ninh province bordering Cambodia, the area stretches for more than 240 kilometers and has many terrains including the delta, forest roads, rivers, and lakes. Therefore, monitoring the activities of the subjects faces many difficulties and dangers. Here thousands of indigenous residents of the two countries often cross the border to do business and exchange goods. Most of them were familiar with each officer and soldier standing guard at the checkpoints, and at the same time understood the patrol process of the functional forces, with the intention of mixing with the people of the border areas to create cover for themselves. The subject has taken advantage of and bribed the ignorant, especially the youth who do not have a stable job in the border areas, to abet or directly participate in transporting drugs for them. The subject often uses those are the people living in the border area. Therefore, the appearance of policemen to monitor usually the subject will detect, and immediately it changes the routes as well as the rules of operation, requiring us to have it. It takes a very long time to access this number of objects as well as conduct monitoring of the activities of the objects, often moving through the open trails, moving at night, constantly grasping information from the scouts, combined with the experience of investigation and discovery from previous drug cases. The specialized committee determined that if the border area of Tay Ninh province was tightly controlled by the functional forces, the subjects showed signs of moving down to the Long An border, even using the trick of faking the east and west to pretend to be a group of people. The drug center is located at the border of this province, but divides the drugs and then hires people in another province to transport them inland. In addition, when moving, the subjects often choose empty roads to use motorbikes at high speed, high altitude, sometimes using a car to cover up the crime during such surveillance. Due to the high speed of travel, a comrade in the team also has traffic problems. However, in the spirit of fierce fighting against crime, the working group assigned the comrade to stay to take care of the comrade in distress, while the working groups continued to follow and monitor the subject. The results of the battle at that time, the special team identified the warehouse of the object of drug stashing in. Each shipment from Tay Ninh to Ho Chi Minh City, which was a milestone for the special team to determine that it had arrived. The time of persistently implementing professional measures, keeping every action of the participating forces absolutely secret after more than 6 months of collecting documents and evidence to prove the operation of the subject Vio Chi Tan and his accomplices on January 3, 203, while the police force of Tay Ninh province was concentrating on the task of ensuring security and order during the approaching Lunar New Year. The scout received information that Tan would organize the transport of a large amount of drugs to Vietnam. The specialized project committee determined that the right opportunity had come to the Tay Ninh Provincial Police Department to assume the prime responsibility and coordinate with the Ministry of Public Security, Ho Chi Minh City, and Border Guard. Tay Ninh province was divided into several working groups to simultaneously solve the case and arrest all 8 subjects in the line. 6 shotgun, 12 mobile phones, 500 million VND in bank account and many related exhibits. In addition, Tan also confessed that he had previously transported 4 cases and 10 kilograms of drugs. Drug with similar tricks. Initially, when the subjects were psychologically unstable, most of the subjects denied the criminal acts of themselves and their accomplices. However, in the spirit of a decisive battle with criminals, receiving the attention and direction of the leaders based on the documents and evidence collected and the officers working in the process of working, and also lobbying and persuading the subjects, the statues have had a psychological change as well as a more stable mentality, and the process of reporting is sincerely admitting all the criminal acts of themselves and their accomplices. Participating in solving this line also has made a great contribution to the fight against drug-related crimes, limiting the supply of drugs from Cambodia to Vietnam, thus contributing to reducing drug crime in the area. Is a typical project on the coordination work between forces in the police force from district level to provincial level to ministerial level and in coordination with forces other than police and border guard force. This coordination can be achieved, showing absolute trust among forces in the fight against drug trafficking. January 13, 23, Lieutenant General Nguyen Du Ngoc, member of the Party Central Committee, Deputy Minister of Public Security, received a letter of commendation to the Tay Ninh Provincial Police for its outstanding achievements in fighting and suppressing drug crimes. The content of the letter of commendation clearly states that this is a particularly excellent feat, demonstrating the determination and high sense of responsibility of the Tay Ninh Provincial Police, especially the Police Department for Investigation of Drug-Related Crimes, the Tay Ninh Province Police, in implementing the direction of the Central Public Security Party Committee, the leaders of the Ministry of Public Security on the implementation of the attack point to suppress crime, ensure security and order for the Lunar New Year of the Rabbit 2023. The results of the special project's struggle reflect the active and effective synergies between the police of Tay Ninh province and professional units of ministries and local police, contributing to preventing drug supply from foreigners enter Vietnam, deter crime, and strengthen people's confidence in the People's Public Security Force. Coordination with the Border Guard has also achieved very positive effects. Through that, the subjects were also identified. The time and location of the routes chosen by the subjects to commit the crimes were supported by the Border Guard. Captured all the subjects in this coordinated work line, ensuring the element of absolute secrecy, under the unified management of the project committee, brought results. High-level police arrested the subjects and high determination in drug crime prevention in order to maintain stability and order in the border area, contributing to promoting socio-economic development of the two countries, Vietnam and Vietnam. Cambodia is accurate and timely about drug crimes related to the two countries through established hotlines and cross-border liaison offices. Third is to coordinate in the establishment of specialized combat on drugs, coordinate in arresting those who want fugitives, continue to operate, especially those who are hiding in Cambodia and abroad. In the process of implementation, work on basic survey, special situations according to your subjects of ethnic and religious groups to proactively propose appropriate and effective plans to ensure the safety of the participating forces. According to the Police Department Investigation of Drug-Related Crimes Ministry of Public Security from 2019 to early 2023, functional forces of 10 provinces bordering Vietnam and Cambodia detected and arrested more than 5,000 cases, over 9,000 subjects, and seized over 126 kilograms of heroin, kg of synthetic drugs, 160 kilograms of cannabis, 64 kilograms of methamphetamine. The subjects considered Tay Ninh to be a transshipment area for illegal trafficking and transportation of narcotics from Cambodia to Vietnam and then to Ho Chi Minh City and neighboring localities for consumption. The tricks of the subjects are to enter and exit legally with a passport through Cambodia, then hook up and hire a carrier to return to Vietnam by way of the open road or hide it in baskets of goods in order to avoid the inspection and control of people. Functional forces, on the basis of clearly defining the responsibility and thoroughly grasping the viewpoint of the police force as presiding over the fight against drug-related crimes, there will be solutions to improve public efficiency. Cooperate with Border Guard and Customs forces to create a unified and relevant aspect to synchronously deploy professional measures to prevent and fight drug-related crimes in the border gate area.